All right, welcome to the football channel. We're gonna talk a little bit about the game we just saw in the European Championship. I'm Bruno. This is Rita, my friend. So I had predicted that Denmark was gonna win, so I'm gonna brag a little bit. Rita said Wales was probably gonna win, but it was. I think we were both kind of wrong because we thought it was gonna be a close game.
Yeah, it didn't end up being
It wasn't close at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the game? Did you think it was a good game?
I mean, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it's kind of a boring
Most of the
first
game,
half.
yeah.
Yeah, boring first half, and then
Wales was super bad. I mean, there's no way of hiding the fact that they didn't play well. The defense was really bad. Like after 10 minutes, I think they didn't do anything defensively. I mean, Casper Dolberg's first goal was pretty good, but the
my
second
boy
goal,
Casper Dolberg, 2 goals. The first goal was beautiful.
yeah,
That first goal was a beautiful strike, just perfect strike, beautiful curl, and he was. I would say he was the best man in the match, man of the match.
yeah, for sure. He was always there. He was
Yeah.
a threat into the goal. But I mean, I think all of the goals were defensive errors from Wales. I mean, tactically, they were outplayed by Denmark after first 10, 15 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, really disappointing performance by Wales, but for Danes.
Yeah. On the other hand, though, I mean, for Wales, it's we're talking before. It's a nation of 2 million people, right? So it's not like you can expect Wales to reach the semifinals every time. So it's not a bad finish. Last 16 for Wales. I think it's all right. It will be probably the last championship for Bale and Ramsey.
Yeah.
Most likely. That's another, like you pointed out, that's probably another reason why they're not quite as fluid and quite as dangerous as they used to be in attack, because Ramsey and Bale are not as good as they were in 2016.
Yeah, but I thought they would play a little better than they displayed today. I mean, I saw the Wales versus Turkey game, and I thought they would be a little better. I mean, I don't think they played at all any good, and I think tactically Wales was very outplayed in a sense. I mean, they didn't change their systems. I mean, their bench was weak. They couldn't bring any new good players to have an impact. But I think also conceding the second goal right after the first half, like right on the start of the second half, was kind of a dampener. Like, I think
for their mood and
yeah. I mean, they thought they would come out of the blocks and they would start running and pressing, but they got conceded in a sense, like in the first I think 48 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
first 3 minutes of the second half.
yeah,
really
kinda
good is bad
killed
defending.
it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think end of the generation probably for this generation of Wales, and I do like the Denmark team. They lost their biggest star in Christian Eriksen, and Poulsen wasn't even playing today. But they look good, and they have some quality players. You were talking about Male.
Male, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
he
nice
played
player.
really well, and he's a young guy, right?
Yeah, Andreas Christensen, Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, the other guy in the central midfield with Højbjerg, Delaney.
The lane is very
Yeah.
good. The lane is very good playing for
I mean, this is a
Dortmund.
fair result, I would say. Denmark
Yeah,
is
it was a
better
fair
team.
result. I mean, for
Yeah.
what we saw today, I don't think I don't think Denmark is necessarily much better than Wales, but it is.
It is a better team.
We saw today that it's clearly a better team than Wales, and it wasn't just today. I think it was, and I do think that we can see Denmark in the semifinals, depending on who they face in the quarterfinals, because they're not going to face a very difficult team. They're not going to face one of the big ones right away, I don't think. I think it's probably going to be Netherlands next. So I think we could even see Denmark in the semifinals. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's likely, but I don't think this is necessarily the end of the tournament for Denmark. I think they could do well in the next stage as well, potentially.
Yeah. And for Wales, I think round of 16 is a fair result.
Yeah.
I mean,
they showed today that they can't
Yeah.
really, they don't have the capacity to do a lot more.
Yeah, they got out of the group stage, to reach round of 16. I mean, yeah, it's fair
Yeah.
enough. They're better than Scotland, I think.
They're better than Scotland,
Yeah.
but they're not better than Denmark.
Yeah.
And just one last thing. This was it was so surprising for Denmark because they lost Eriksson in the first game, but they also lost the match. Then they lost the second match against Belgium, but they still managed to go through. They were the first team ever to lose the first two matches in the European Championship and go through. And now they're looking very good. I mean, again, they're still probably going to be the underdogs in the quarterfinals, but it's probably going to be a good tournament for them.
Yeah, I mean, the first game, I mean, ideally it's a different thing. Like, I wouldn't consider anything about the first game. I mean, the second game they
Right,
played
because they
against-
were affected mentally.
Yeah, I don't think they even should have played, but
Yeah, it was probably a bad decision at that point to continue to play the match and not postpone it a little bit.
yeah,
Because it was a bad situation.
shouldn't have been played anyway.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, that was totally difficult circumstances. Belgium was a much stronger.
Yeah,
opponent,
Belgium is a better team.
far
sure.
better team.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do badly also in that game. Apparently,
No, they
had
were
a good
competitive.
first half
Yeah.
until
No, I saw the match. It was a competitive match
yeah,
for a while. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, they were still kind of getting out of the shock from that Christian
Yeah.
Eriksen. It's a
No,
big
but they were
figure.
doing well. They were doing well. But then it was when De Bruyne
Hazard,
came in. De Bruyne was. I mean, De Bruyne is just a special player,
Yeah,
and he was able to.
change the course. Of the game.
Yeah, that he completely changed the game. So, but they were doing very well. They were actually playing much better than Belgium in the first half.
Yeah.
So good tournament for Denmark so far. Well, so thanks for watching, and we'll do our preview for the Italy-Austria game next. So stay tuned.